Let me take you on a journey through the African village. African villages remain one of the world's most beautiful, tranquil, and peaceful places on earth. Some villages are in the remote area, whereas others are easily accessible. African villages are surrounded by beautiful greenery and eye-pleasing landscapes. Once upon a time, Udumiri was in every village home. It was the best refrigerator you could ever buy. You will find it near the kitchen or outside in the corner of the house near a shade. It is covered with a plastic plate to prevent creepy crawlers from falling into the pot. A steel cup is placed on top of it. It is always washed in the morning and never again. Everyone drank from it. Visitors and strangers alike. No one had the fear of being poisoned or something bad happening to them. That was the life we once had in our villages. African villages thrived with men and women of integrity. Villagers are amazing people with communal spirits. You don't need to be scared that your uncle is an evil man, or your grandmother is a witch. In African villages our elders are revered and respected for standing for the truth. In the villages, you are the son and daughter of everyone. Strangers have the right to discipline you. You can't even tell your parents because the person who disciplined you will tell your parents what you've done. In the African villages there was a time when villagers worked on people's farms for free. They extended a helping hand to support each other during the farming season. The farmer only fed the workers, who gave their best, putting in a good day of work. It was an unspoken rule that everyone would get their turn. Each of the families worked on each other's farm for nothing but food, placing greater value on building relationships and family connections. It was an exceptional time when village living was the best model of tranquility and connectedness. Those in the city lived isolated lives and wished they could transport the same communal living to their city dwellings. Village living represents a time when native doctors were known for their healing powers rather than their diabolical ways. They were respected, not feared by their communities, and certainly no bragging for ill-gotten wealth like their modern counterparts. Ancient knowledge and wisdom were passed down to the next generation. Villages thrived when the old told folklore stories wrapped in mysteries that stirred curiosity in children who would ask questions that often made the elders chuckle. In the African villages, children are free to roam about, crafting adventures in the bushes, unleashing their free spirit and liberating creativity. African villages remain a place where lasting memories are made. One such memory is the adventures of building their first home/stall with the palm leaves. It is a space where imagination is limitless and creative spirits are expressed in abundance. In the villages, the role plays of building your first homes in the form of stalls made of palm leaves and other kind of plants remains an intricate process that involved teamwork, patience, and precision measurement. While village children didn't have any measuring equipment, teamwork ensured it was straight and solid through learning from each other. During this process, children learn to listen to superior arguments and suggestions that enhance the building of the stall. In the village, leaving your house very early to look for fruits such as mango, udara and ube was a common practice. You gather as much as you can before dawn, and no one stops you from picking them. The village was carefree with nothing to fear. Children went about being children and exploring their natural environment with the assurance that it was safe to do so. The village takes on a different feel during Christmas. All the city dwellers would come back with something to share for the children. Usually some share bread or cabin biscuits. It is an unwritten law that you don't come back empty-handed. You must have something to give to the children who welcomes you. The welcoming of these city dwellers had a different feel on sighting any unfamiliar motorbike. The cacophony that follows in pursuit of the motorbike was exhilarating for the village kids. It was an expression of gratitude to God that such person had returned safely. In the village most things are communal in nature. Children come together to build toys, play sports together and engage in cultural and ceremonial activities together. The village prepares young children with lifelong skills, knowledge and wisdom that propels them to adulthood. While you strive to be the best that you can be in the city, I hope this story has some nostalgia and makes you think of your days in your village. If your village experiences were not that pleasant, I hope you are encouraged that it's not all doom and gloom in the African villages. So, wherever you find yourself in the world, I hope this story stirs something in you, and hopefully you have great memories growing up in your villages and reminiscing of what life used to be. Please feel free to share your thoughts.